Greets peeps, this is Tony the Hammer of the French, the heart of the Franks, the hero of the Franks. I am I've been dragged into a war by Denmark with Russia and formerly Magdeburg, a little one-state dude there who promptly got himself removed from the war in seconds, given that Luchek is right there. They jumped across the border, sieged it out, and that was the end of their exciting war. For us, on the other hand, we are fighting a very large Russian army, and it's interesting. We have... oops, wrong button. We have less troops than the Russians do, but we have a substantial tech advantage by the looks of things. Or, not tech advantage, idea advantage over them. Their tech's actually higher than ours, but we are giving them some real trouble. What are we? They're 19, we're 17. They're 2 techs ahead of us, and we've just wiped 2 of their armies. How we've been doing that is by using this fort here, which is on the forest. Because this is held by our allies, all we're doing is jumping on our boats. There's only 30,000 of us. We're jumping on our ships, landing there, and then leaving again. And it's worked really well. We've managed to wipe 2 armies with it so far. We wiped 1 army and routed another, where they just ran away, but inflicting very heavy casualties, because the Swiss join in as well. So us and the Swiss joined together, routed the first army. The second army, the Swiss didn't actually come down, because they're rebelling against their overlord. So, yeah, it's going really well. What is happening is this entire army, or as much of it as I could make it, is mercenaries, because I'm trying very carefully to conserve my my manpower. Oh, I should mention, the Russians also came down here, tried to siege that. 60,000 Franks under Robert Delanoy came through, just wiped them instantly. So this is a really fun war, and I thought I'd share it because of the fun that I'm having with it. That's not a fort, otherwise I'd do my trick there. I like that Lubeck is sieging things. I don't like that they're not sieging towards the sea. If they were sieging there, I could use my trick again. My ships travel really fast, so I could use that army while that army is moving from there to there, for example. I could potentially get... I don't think I'd be quick enough to get that gap, but what I'm waiting for is one of these guys to try to get from there to there, or better still from there to there, and I should be able to use my ships to get in there, get the defensive advantage. There's rivers, there's forests. That's a kick in the butt. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm waiting to see. Another thing I'm also doing is trying to minimize my attrition. The way I'm doing this is by only having my armies on places with high supply. So if we look here, that place has got 40 supply limit down on the bottom left, and our supply weight is 29. This guy's only got a little bit of maneuver. So I've been sitting on places that have plenty of supply. I've been using my boats to jump away when other allies come in and would end up in the same spot on the same turn, and I'm avoiding naval attrition, which you get as soon as you're on a boat. Once the boat is out at sea, our army is taking 1% attrition. To avoid that attrition, I'm making certain that we land before the end of every month. it's just an exercise in sorry, I only just noticed that. An exercise in avoiding attrition, just for my own benefit, not because I'm particularly worried. This army in particular is filled with mercenaries, so they're not actually taking from my manpower core, or not much anyway. Hang on, that is a fort. What am I doing? It doesn't have a defensive advantage though. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. The one on the forest absolutely does. That one, give it or take it, not a big deal. We've got a conquest on the Papal States. That's right. So I hadn't finished doing my planning as to how I'm going to dismantle Austria before this happened. I'm keeping my options open. I've got a couple of good options. One of them includes attacking these guys, but this war's kind of distracted me. So the three options that we have are, actually no, I'm going to finish this war and then I'll theorycraft properly and get my battle plan together, my strategy together. That's a whole heap and helping of Russians are going to be... Oh, they're not going in there. I thought they were going into that square. There was no leader there. I should have jumped on that lot before those guys came along. Oh well. Don't leave that fort, Sweden. Lubeck are going to get caught out down here, and Russia have more tech than them. There's a chance that they won't win this one. They've got 23 ideas. They've got quantity ideas. They're going for the same. They've got offensive and quantity, where Russia have only got quantity. Offensive is the one that I've got. They might be okay. They might win those odds. If Russia went straight on them now, with that difference in force numbers... Oh wow, that's a really unbalanced army. 24 cannons, and the only other troops in the army are infantry. That's an awful army configuration. Those guys... Oh, they still don't have enough men. They've got a few... No, I think these guys would wipe them just because of the way the armies are configured. The cavalry will be able to flank the infantry, and the cannons will be exposed immediately to the cavalry. It's a bizarre army composition. So I think... Yep, I think Lubeck would actually win that, despite having 7,000 men fewer. Oh, that's maybe why they were feeling a bit gung-ho, because they've got that other giant army there. Ugh, Lubeck could lose that. But while those guys are mucking about down there, I'm going to jump in my ships, run across and assault this clown here, who has no leader. 18,000 men and 17,000 men and 11,000 cannons. Oops. As opposed to my 17, 2 and 11. We've got almost identical. They're just missing some cavalry. But they've also got no leader, so I'm going to get a massive advantage here, and they're going to feel very silly. So yeah, look, I roll a 9, I get 3 shock bonus. They're just getting pulled to bits here. Lubeck are going to lose that battle. That other army had a much better composition. Oh no, that was the weird army. Oh, because it's a fort in a forest where they crossed a river. I don't river crossing penalty should still carry after they've already crossed it. Weird. That's okay, we care more about our battle. I thought that was just a plain old territory where the first person there wins the day. I didn't wipe them out. Bummer. I did do double the damage to them that they did to me. So, that's good, I guess. Oh well. Back on the ships, boys, and back across. Do we get there before the end of the month? We sure do. It only takes 4 days to get across there. That's quicker than walking between any two. How? They didn't join in. Yeah, Lubeck, you should run, dude. If I was in charge of this battle, I would be fleeing in 7 days' time. Regardless of whether winning or losing. They did flee. Good work. That was the smart option. Cool. Oh damn, we took attrition tick there because I didn't see Denmark stomping across to cause us all attrition like tools. When do they get out of the square? They get out of the square in 5 days. Cool. So we'll just keep doing it like this. This is a fun way to battle. I'm really enjoying this. It's very rare that you have this access to water and quick access to land. It's yeah, this is good fun. What I don't like is that the Russians could quite happily hide an army there, engage me there, have another army jump in there, because I think there's something weird about retreating to ships. I don't know. I've seen it be weird before. I've had armies not able to escape a battle, and it's like, well, all our ships are just there. Maybe get on the ships, guys. Anywho's, so what am I doing? I am spying on Savoy, I'm spying on Roma, and I should be, what, improving with these guys? These guys are rivals with both Austria and, no, they're rivals with Lithuania, but Savoy is rivals with Denmark. So, I've got quite a penalty in keeping these guys friendly, but hopefully I can maintain that relationship until we're ready to go to war with these clowns. What else do we want to claim? We want to claim Tuscany, Emilia Romagna, and Emilia. Oh, we can't claim that because we've got nothing touching it, but we can claim that and both of those. We'll claim that one first in case a war starts somehow that I can't predict. And we've got 1 more month before we can. This is interesting. Do you remember? It was really tricky to spy on these guys. We were getting something like 0.4 per month. Because we've gotten our first tick of spying, we now have a bonus plus 50% to our spy network construction power. So what that means is that when we scroll over here, we can see that they're doing spy detection and they've got counter-espionage running against us. For some reason, anyone would think that we just claimed a whole bunch of their land recently. So they're doing that counter-espionage, and there's a distance multiplier. I can't remember which way around that works. But we have our bonus plus 50%, so we're effectively getting rid of the malice that I had from their counter-espionage, so we're almost, it's only the spy detection within Papal State that's stopping us from doing our spying. Previously we were getting, I think, 0.4, something like that, but now that our spy power is twice as 50% more powerful than it was, we're going much better. So I'm keeping my eyes open for chances to go running at them. That's probably... these are my best two spots. I'm happy just sitting here otherwise. Not just minding my business. That's a fairly tough army. No, it's not. That's unbalanced to buggery. I'm going to consolidate my troops, leave behind the injured party, jump on my ship and get... No. Jump on my ship and get amongst. That army is going to take... It'll be there in 2 days. It'll take another week to get across there. By that point, I think I should have... What the hell? They've got cannons on the front lines. My cavalry should be ripping them to bits. In theory. This is too close, dude. This is too close. Those guys get there in 9 days. If we don't win this battle real soon, we need a better roll than a 2. They get there in 7 days. They get there in 6 days. Aha! Did it. Nice. They don't take any... There's no... Oh, damn it. I wanted to look at the casualties, but I'm fairly certain I gave them a kicking. Yeah, they had 19 cannons. They've now got 9,000. They had 9 men. They've now got 4,000. And we lost... how many is there? Just the one. We lost 7,000 men. I think that was worthwhile. So those guys are going to get here in a couple of days. Let's get on our ships and avoid that entirely. Latest losers. The perfect crime. Now, what is that other army composed of? 18,000, 1,000 and 7,000. No. That's 18,000. Hang on. How many have we got? 18,000, 1,000 and 7,000. No, they've got far more men than we do. Okay. Let's just rest and recoup for a bit. You can see that according to this, we've only got 1,000 men injured, but we've got almost 8,000 men missing here. Sorry, we've got 7 and a bit thousand men missing from here. That's because they're mercenaries. They're not eating into our manpower, which is brilliant. Hey, we can do our other claim on those clowns. Mantua is the other one that I want. Cool, now we can stop spying on them. Actually, we should be doing some spying anyway on someone with high tech, because we're not too far away from getting some... where did I hide tech? I think I hid it behind religion. Nope. Where did I hide tech? I hid it behind trade. Nope. Where did I hide tech? Where would I hide tech? What would make sense? No, culture is culture. Manpower and fort level. I was certain I had chosen tech here. There. Coalition and tech. That makes sense. 18, 19, 19. They are our rivals, so we get a bonus. Do they have espionage? No, they don't. We should be able to explore the hell out of them. 18, 19, 19. 18, 18, 19. Spain have jumped forward in their tech. Something fierce. Catalonia. Actually, that's a good point. I should have... our borders are too far away. What is it? It's 48.98. Yeah, no, they're a little bit big for us to try to vassalize. Who are they allied with? The enemies are Gascony. Yeah, fair enough. 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 19. Let's spy on these dinguses. Our truce has expired with Britain. Actually, that means they're free to join a coalition against me. So that may occur. Be interesting to see. In the meantime, we shall just speed this up because we need to recoup our losses. Yes, truces have expired. We gained a core in Ambrusa. We already assigned that to the clergy. The clergy is still unhappy. What are they at? 37.6. I haven't really got any places I feel like giving them. Actually, no. Their influence is far too high. We'll just leave that. Our spare guy is going to... The Russians have Tech 19 military. 17, 19, 19, 18, 19, 19. I'm going to hedge my bets and spy on both of these clowns. Catalonia like me, because I released them in peace, but I don't want to be their ally, and I'm not interested in... they're too big for me to try to vassalize yet. So, yeah, why not? Spy on everyone. Spies all round. Like friggin' Oprah in here. Look at the size of that. Okay, dude, that's insane. So I'm doing 5 points every month against my rival with espionage ideas. Almost everywhere you look online, you will see that espionage is a waste, don't use it, don't use it. When you're able to... I don't think what people think about is the advantage that you get from being able to spy on people, because that's insane. No, that army's still too good. That army's a bit more balanced. What? Oh, that's our army. I thought that was Russians. Just saw the yellow. Yeah, I think what people don't realize is that the tech advantage that this thing gives you, that espionage ideas gives you, is huge. As soon as you've got Tech 9 and you can do that spying side of things. We need 30 to do that third core that we want. I really don't want to get caught by them spying. That would mess up my plans. My very, very sneaky plans. I wish these guys would get away from that square. I'm keeping my eyes open for any battles that anyone engages, because I can get there quickly by use of my ships, jump on there and land there, and then straight into the battle. No. Friesland, my little boys. I mean Oldenburg, my buddies. Gonna get caught out, man. Needed to be faster. Oh. Yuck, that's not a good battle. The best leader there is 303, 301. I could try to intercept that army. That's not a bad idea. How long will it take to get there? They get to Neva on the 21st. Oh god, they get there tomorrow. No, there's no chance we could catch them. Oh well. Oh, they had a defensive bonus, and that was in forest. Yeah, good work, of course, guys. Nice. They lost some cavalry doing it, but they did better than they won more than they lost. That's the way, Oldenburg. Hide out, dude. Don't come to them. Let them come to you. Can I jump on that one? No, that's a properly balanced army now. Ugh, more of these. This friggin' independence stuff will not go away. Which place is this time? Breda. Oh, damn it. That was one of the ones I just got upgraded as well. By that event that gave me extra taxation everywhere. No, I don't want to fight any rebels. You can have that and I'll hand it over to someone. That puts them to 80 and... yeah, that puts them to 81, worse still. Puts them to 78. At least they get some manpower out of the damn place, I suppose. Or do I put... yeah, screw it, let's do this. We'll risk a coup. I don't mind. I want that money. I want that sweet, sweet cheddar. Where was, where was that? Hey, they're taking attrition because they don't have a leader. What a tool bag. There we go. That's less dangerous. That's still got that leader there. Cool. Oh, we're ready to... no, we needed 30, didn't we? Yes. The one problem that I've got with going to war with Savoy... oh, okay, so I've got a couple of different plans that I still haven't worked out in my head yet, but they're all very, very tricky. That'd be 17,000 versus 17, 2 and 11. That would be 19, 2 and 9. I don't like the odds. I feel like we're behind that battle, but it'd be too fun to ruin their siege at 57%. We'll give it a go. They don't have a leader. We should, in theory... oh, they left the coalition, damn it. I actually wanted to fire the coalition on me because it was so small that it was worth it. Knock all the coalition partners out. Good work, Danish. Oh god. The siege of Provence is over. What? Oh, no one told me about that. That's insanity. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna let them siege some stuff in France. In France until they land on either the hills or the... oh, they got rid of the mountain fort. Dickheads. That's okay. If they land on the hills fort, I'll have a go at them. That's farmland, that's woods. Hopefully they'll come up this way. We'll see. I can finish my claims on... wow, I've got quite a few claims. Lucca was the other one I wanted, wasn't it? That's the Tuscan one. Yes. Claim that bad boy. Hooray. Do I want to do more claims? Do you know what? I actually do. I'm tempted to claim this for France because that fills out there. No, I don't want France getting any bigger. Nope, that's enough of that. No more playing that game. And after having done all of that sneaky duplicitous business, I'm going to befriend them. This battle's going well in the meantime. Hurrah! We took less than half of their total damage, about half of their total damage. That's a good win. War exhaustion. Some prestige. No, they're not routing. Cool. Back on the boat, back across the pond. That army over there is not having a good time. Oh, actually, they're not going too bad. They managed to win their first battle. That gave them a morale bump. That looks like it might have been enough to see them past the second wave. Very lucky. Russia are not having any joy here. This war is giving them some trouble. So their army is half what it was when they began. No, not even that. Likely down to a third. They were right next to me in total manpower, in total power, and in army total. And they've lost at least a quarter of their troops, I'd say. That's despite them, they have a part of the quantity group allows them to. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Just besiege that, so their ships are forced to come out, and the Swedish Navy combined with my navy can wipe it out. Yes, so those losses are despite having a significant advantage to manpower recovery speed, because of the quantity ideas. Yeah, I took a tick of what's the name there. I forgot all about it. That's right. I've got to do this while their armies are in disarray. In fact, I'm going to do this. That's a level 2 fort. I should be able to take that fairly quickly. And it's got woods and a river. That's exactly the kind of place we want to do some sieging. Yep, that's their entire Baltic fleet. Oh, they have got a leader on there. He's not hugely tough, and he's more than outnumbered by our lot. We didn't capture any ships, but we certainly caused them some trouble. They're going to land here and come straight back into battle. Oh, we're taking attrition here, are we? No, it's only due to the siege, that's alright. Agent training, what did that one do? That gave us another diplomat. Or we could, and we could do that. We're going to hold fire on that because we're letting our spy networks build up. But doing this in the meantime gives us another diplomat to mess about with. Which is going to, we need to keep this relationship alive for the moment. How many can fit on there? 34. Oh, we're fine. Is that the capital? Where is the capital now? Lithuania ate their capital. No. I think Lithuania ate the capital. Where is it? Does it show with a little sparkly goldie? Polonsk. Sorry, I'm terrible at geography and I don't know my Russian geography to save my life. But apart from this game, I genuinely didn't know where most of these countries were. There's Moscow. Yeah, I thought we were close, but not quite. Only one... actually, once I do this, I'm going to wander in and take it to get the Champion of the World award. Cool. We captured 2 ships, or someone did. I would expect on the other side... No, we got them. We caught a light ship and a galley. Cool. I don't know how, but I'm happy with that. We're going to go back there and rest. Actually, no, we should go here and rest. I hate this. This is one of those really annoying just because events. Oh, damn it. As is losing our siege leader in the middle of a siege. Shit. They can back out. Right, I get the option of paying off an advisor and gaining some corruption, or losing stability. I don't feel like spending any monarch points at the moment. I've got a fairly healthy economy. We're earning 25 a month despite being at war. So we're going to bribe someone and get some corruption. What was it? Yeah, I don't know. Random scandal. What is, bro? Unpause the game. Worried about those guys coming at us. because, yeah. Actually, they're pretty unbalanced. What I do need, though, is a leader. I need a leader. That guy can go there. Where is that big army that would now be taking attrition? Let's split that up. He does. We don't need a leader sitting on those guys to hold their hands. Where's my little army? They're going in there. They should avoid being caught. Yep. We'll let this siege finish. Tick. Oh, you bugger. Yes, tick. Denmark, I could really do with a hand up here, bro. I don't want to get caught. Actually, France, you can come and help me too, please. France, go there. France have got a decent sized army now at 20. They're actually useful. We could get sandwiched here quite seriously. Look at Denmark's just doing whatever the hell that is. Man, that siege is frustrating me. Tick through, please, siege. I really, really, really want to get this position. Damn it, I'm not going to get it. When do they get there? On the 16th, we've got 7 days. Where did France even go? They're just hanging out there like cool guys. Our next siege tick, they happen every 28 days at, I guess, 11 days. Those guys get here in 9 days. That's cruel. But hey, no. Oh god, I'm gonna get caught in a big way. Damn it, now I'm going to take that woods and river crossing penalty, aren't I? Ouch. Is there anything I can do here? I can increase my combat width and my flanking range. Whoop-de-doo. I won't be wider enough or do enough flanking to do anything important to these clowns. We need everyone to join us. Friendlies, please come help. Oh, okay. So, France are using the forced march button. That becomes available after military tech, maybe 18. Let's have a look, see if we can find it. Oops. Oops, wrong place. No, it doesn't show it. I think it's 18, somewhere around there, 16, 18, and you can expend your military points. 5 points per square that you want to move at an increased rate. They're going to get there on the 20th. The main force get there on the 16th. We've got to hold out for 4 days, and hopefully the Danish will come back. Oh, those C words. They're not coming back. Jesus, we've taken a hammering there. 4-2-3 versus 4-1-1. We've only had a -1, but just that sheer weight of numbers. We've got better morale. We've got better tactics. We've got much better discipline. But it doesn't matter when you're facing overwhelming odds. I'm going to slow that down. Oh, which place was this? Loon. This was one of the other places that I got an advantage on. It was Loon, Brabant, and Gand. All of them have since had these bastard Netherland independence twats mess with my program. I'm tempted to suppress the army this time. Let's do that. I've had enough of that. And it's not just because I'm losing a battle up there for the first time this game. Where the hell is Russia? Over there. I'm going to let this tick through once more. Okay, we need to is a bad place to be. Come this way, France. Or go whichever way you want, France. Yar, not ideal. We're going to put that leader in charge, and he is going to wreck these rebels' faces for them. Oh, I'm so frustrated that I didn't manage to quite land that siege, but if I was doing it to them, I'd find it hilarious. So, fair play. You can go back to there, you can go back to Mia, but in the meantime, why don't you fight some rebels? So, these rebels... Oh, eh? Oh, there we go. Alright, so they're getting that terrain. They're identical. Okay, with rebels keep your discipline, but they don't get your morale. So you get a bonus against rebels from your morale. Otherwise they have exactly the same tech as you. But because you get a warning, you can almost always choose a good place to fight them, as we did here, and so lose less than 10% of what they did. Good deal, I like it. Back here to our beaten up army. Oh, poo pants, where are they going? All the way back to Stockholm. Okay, fair enough. How about you go... No, where's my ships? You go there. Poor guys. Jump on the ship, bro. We'll wait till tomorrow so we don't take a on-ship tick. Like that matters after getting a hiding like that. Oh well. What is that Denmark army actually doing? They're besieging the capital. Yeah, it makes sense. I thought I'd be a wise guy and go the quick way, and I found out why that was a bad idea. No objective. No objective. I don't want those guys going there for no reason now. We've finished improving. We've finished improving. Cool. Who else do we want to improve with? So Poland is Austria's other rival. So Persia. Ottomans have rivaled me for some reason. Just because they're dinguses, I barely care about them. Actually, Persia are too far away to be of any use against Austria. So who else can we be friendly with? Cologne I was working on being friendly with just because. We can speed this back up while we wait for our troops to recover. Actually, can we get them back over to that spot by the end of the month? I'm sure we can. Oh, 2nd of April. They will take an attrition tick while at sea. So let's have a look at what sort of a tick. Oh, it's only a 1% tick. That's not that bad. It just seems bad when you're crossing the entire Atlantic and your army gets there and it's lost, 5% of its number. How's our sieging, our spying going? Yep, it's going well. There, now it's at 250 a turn. That makes more, 2.5 a turn. That makes more sense. That's cool though. We're still going to be fairly close to doing our research. It's a shame. So when you've got rebellious subjects, they will. It's in a different area. But when they've got rebellious subjects, they'll protect their own land, but they won't go out to protect yours. It's quite funny. Poland, we're super good best mates with. What about in the mod that I use, in one of the mods that I use most regularly, there's something that there's some automation of your diplomats, so you can send them out to prevent people from forming coalitions. You can try to be friendly with all your neighbors. You can be friendly with all of your allies. A whole bunch of options which I find really handy where diplomacy is concerned. Okay, fair enough. Look at the bloomin' Russian hordes swarming. Yeah, there you go. So they're back above my army strength now, just by just because of that. What did they take? Just because of that quantity ideas. It's insanity, dude. It's so good. Their manpower has not been scratched. Oh, sorry, that's mine. Their manpower definitely has been. Yeah, you siege whatever you like, boys. Oh, we took their capital. Oh, they took their capital. Why are we 30.6? Who is out? Oh, someone's... Oh, no, you can stay there, buddy. I like you. Actually, no, you can't, because you'll get lost. We'll leave you behind on the ship, and you won't know what to do. So very much waiting for my tech tick to happen. Yuck, the army's going to be trounced. Let's have a watch of it. Let's see what happens. A 9 and an 8 though, that's at least he's rolling well. Even if he is outnumbered massively. Man, that Russian dude has rolled super unlucky so far. Yeah, that's what I would have expected a long time ago, but they did well. I think they will have actually done more damage. They did too. Even though the Russians were winning that, they were vastly outnumbering them, they did superbly well to inflict that kind of damage. That's yeah, easily twice the amount. But that's what Quantity Ideas is about. It's about taking a huge amount of damage and not caring. It's one that I often go for when I'm playing outside of Europe. Any of the places where you have lots and lots of low quality terrain, with low development terrain, I should say. It's a good idea because you end up with relative to your size, you need to cover more space. You need to protect more area. Your borders are going to be wider and more easily. Oh, that's right. Oh, someone cleared that siege for me. Thanks, guys. Luchek, no doubt. Lubeck, no doubt. Oh, curses. That's a good roll, though. Ah, they didn't get a... Oh, there isn't a river between it. They ran along the river. Come on, roll well, Lubeck. That's the way. Nice. So they did much more damage to the Russians than the Russians did to them. I think if these two battles have shown anything, it's that we shouldn't be doing exactly what those guys are doing. Okay. Good plan, buddy. Not your buddy, guy. How's that disaster coming along? 24. Okay, this is going to take some time. I might leave this one. I didn't think this war would take quite so long. We'll leave it for the time being. We need to wait until Denmark are out of this war before they'll help us do anything else. So we'll leave this one where it stands. I really just wanted to show you the fun that I was having jumping around in between states on my boats. But now that everything's moved inland, a bit less exciting. I'll be back soon when we're close to the end of this war and we start and I'll have a think in the meantime about how we're going to get into the Austrians. Talk to you soon.